So, final match of the afternoon session, the final of the last 16 encounters. And it features two qualifiers who've made good progress this week. Jelle Klaasen, a man who's in red-hot form at the moment, and Devon Petersen, who has, let's face it, ridden his luck to some extent. 5-3 down against Nathan Aspinall, came through. And an astonishing match against Peter Wright last night. He led 5-1 at one stage, but then seemed to capitulate. Wright had a look in, got himself back to 5-all, and then all of a sudden, from nowhere, Petersen mustered a 1-2-1 checkout to win that one 6-5 as well. Klaasen the favourite to come through and meet Robert Thornton in tonight's quarterfinals from 7 o'clock after Bob's victory over Simon Whitlock. But this could be a fairly explosive encounter. Rob Harrington will be watching it alongside me as well. And Petersen to throw first.
We're certainly going to be fast, that's for sure. Petersen's already won up. 59. He won the darts competition. Always good value is that young man.
97.
And as you said, Jelle Klaasen has been playing extremely well, won a tour event last week. And we say so many times, you've got to be a good player to win them. No rubbish players win them.
60.
And the way he just brushed Chizzy aside last night as well, in around about 10-11 minutes, won it as well. It was a cracking performance. And there's his first maximum of the match. He averaged 104.9 in that defeat of Chizzy. Chizzy himself averaged 101.7. And he also started with 6 perfect darts in 2 of those legs, so you know, for Klaasen to come through that.
Yes, I mean, Chisholm just couldn't hit a double. 89. You know, and it just spread. I spoke to Chizzy earlier on. He just said, you know, I did it last week. I'm scoring really well, can't hit doubles. He said, I'm practicing, you know, as much as I can on doubles. I said, well, don't practice on them. You know, have a rest from them. If you don't practice on them, you can't miss them in practice. So you don't get that negative even in, you know. 63. You get, this is my opinion, you get the positive attitude that you're scoring so well, so when you do get a shot at a double in a match, you can take it. But if you start to miss in practice, you've got to change something.
Well, Klaasen is in for an early break here, and he's eyeing double 18 forward as well.
Devon, you require 100.
So a let-off there for the South African.
Well, he went for 2 double tops there, and yet the way that first dart was lying, I thought he might have stayed at the treble 20. But Klaasen now, after the 9, and one of the few players that consistently hits that double 9 on the switch from the 18s, and that's a break of throw.
Yeah, good record in the doubles yesterday as well. 6 from 10 in that defeat of Chizzy.
93.
Beat Eddie Dootson 6-3 in his first round match. Had a 10-dart leg in that one as well.
1 round 40.
Second one of the match. 18. On the second leg for Jelle Klaasen. Another player that played 1 year in the Premier League, and I don't think it did Jelle any favours. Well, there's 2 180s back to back, and that is the 180th 180 of this European Darts Championships.
Yeah, so my prediction that we would see 200 is very much on. Points on the floor.
48.
Petersen just making his point there. Loves that double 18, doesn't he, Klaasen? Only one thing on his mind there, and he leads by 2 legs to 0. And Klaasen clearly means business here.
Yes, he broke the throw, and then we say hold on to your throw strongly, and he threw an 11-dart leg, which, as we know, is virtually impossible. Virtually impossible, not impossible.
140.
A wry smile from Petersen there. Really strange match, that Petersen Wright one, or the finale to it was. It was Wright to lose in the way he fought back to 5-all. And Petersen as well just couldn't land a double. In legs 9 and 10, he missed a total of 6 match darts, including 2 at double 12. And once he got back to 5-all, you would have had your house on Peter Wright winning it, but it wasn't to be. And Klaasen just stamps his authority all over this one once again with another 180. It's his 4th of the match already.
121.
Oh, the bullseye.
96. Devon, you
These are
require
the shots
80.
that Petersen's going to have to take out the way that Jelle Klaasen's playing, because this is all the pickings he's going to get.
60.
He was a long way off there as well.
Just caught the flight, didn't it, coming in?
So, Jelle Klaasen, double 6, double 3.
Game shot of third leg.
Doesn't matter where he goes on the board, he's finding them
first.
with deadly accuracy at the moment.
Game on.
He does like the double 6 route, though, from the 25. Going back to Peter Wright, I mean, we talk about people, you know, when they've got a problem in the game, they have
95.
to identify it, then try and sort it out. I mean, he's a great player, Peter Wright. He'd get my vote in every tournament, to be quite honest. But the facts are, of the last
59.
tournaments he's played, he's been too slow getting out the gate. He did in Japan against Van Gerwen. I know he come back to beat Van Gerwen against Phil Taylor.
40.
And again yesterday. And you can't do that. You're putting yourself under so much pressure every time.
Yep, early exit for the defending champ.
40.
Last year's finalist Simon Whitlock on his way home as well.
Well, that's incredible. Averages
34.
from Jelle Klaasen. 130. You know, your front 9.
132.
Well, you wouldn't bet against Klaasen going all the way here.
32.
No, he's found it as well. Bullseye it is. Oh, he's hit the 25 again, but he should return to the board with Petersen needing the maximum. Well, there's part 1 done. And there's part 2. Go on, Devon. Fill your boots. Almost.
45.
Well, we know that Jelle Klaasen's going to go 13 for the double 6.
Just in the top right corner.
Game shot of fourth leg. Jelle Klaasen.
And this is a
Fifth leg,
clinical
Devon to throw
exhibition
first.
of darts
Game on.
from Jelle Klaasen. And to be quite honest, Devon's not done a lot wrong.
No, he hasn't.
You know, he's had a dart at the bullseye, a dart at double top.
40.
But that's all Jelle Klaasen has given him.
Well, whatever happens here today, it's Petersen's best run on the European Tour this year. Hasn't played since a second-round defeat by Gary Anderson in Gibraltar. Made the first 2 events of the year, but hasn't played since then in Europe. But he goes home, assuming he loses, with that crumb of comfort, as well as a cheque for £2,000 as well.
60.
But Bob Thornton will be watching this one thinking, I've got my work cut out here tonight, assuming Klaasen gets there.
140.
Well, that's pretty impressive stats at the moment. First leg, he's literally feeling your way into the game, and then
97.
he's put
Devon,
the
you require
turbo on those last 3
161.
legs. But a chance here for Petersen to get one leg on the board.
57. $100. Devon, you require 104.
So a chance here for Petersen to get on the
72.
scoreboard, but it's not to be. For the time being, he will be back.
140. Devon, you require 32.
Not had a whitewash today so far. Puff of the cheeks from Devon.
No score.
Well, the 6-0 scoreline is still very much on the cards now, with Klaasen lurking here. Double 18.
Game shot of fifth leg.
Wouldn't you just know it?
Jelle Klaasen, 6th leg, Jelle to throw first.
That's a sickener for
Game
Petersen.
on.
Yes, it is. I mean, as well as Jelle Klaasen's played, Devon's had darts in 3 legs now. Admittedly, the first 2 were just single darts, one at top, one at the bullseye. But that leg there, you know, he scored well enough to give himself the chance.
140. 41.
There you go, the first 9 average still very, very healthy indeed. Dipped somewhat, but still very, very good. And Klaasen is just too strong for his opponent at the moment.
And yet, look at the 140s, 10-3 in Peterson's favour. So his scoring has been there. It just is his finishing. You know, 0 for 6. You hit a couple of those, pushes your average up towards the 100 mark, which would be very impressive.
91.
Well, leaves another crack at the maximum checkout. Scoring nicely in this leg as well.
140. Devon, you require 170.
That's pinged out as well. That's 3 times that's happened now.
Yeah, and that's not the best time for it to happen for Petersen.
100.
Instead of coming back to a guaranteed dart, perhaps a double, he's got to hope he can get 1 dart at the bullseye. And bullseye is going to be
105.
And again, a single dart missed.
Sums up his day so far, doesn't it? And here we go, Jelle Klaasen. 4 for a 6-0 scoreline, not to be.
Devon, you require
I think
25.
6-0 would be harsh on Petersen.
Yes, very
the way he's
harsh.
played, given the way he's scored.
Yeah.
8 it is then. Oh,
No score.
busted.
Unbelievable.
Jelle, you require 4.
Well, that's astonishing. That just really sums up his
Game
day.
shot.
And Jelle
And
Klaasen
Jelle.
finishes the job. And he's a 6-0 winner. Absolutely brutal from Jelle Klaasen in a match that lasted 11 minutes. He clearly means business, this man. And he will be a very